The Stoic Compass radio show, a clear path through a noisy world.
Welcome back to the Stoic Compass. I'm Jim.
And I'm Ellie. Today we're talking about something you're doing right now without even thinking about it.
Scratching my nose?
Breathing, Jim. Breathing. Although I appreciate the nose-scratching honesty.
Oh, right. The thing keeping me alive. Minor detail.
Exactly. And here's what's wild. You've taken, maybe 20,000 breaths today, and you haven't consciously thought about a single one until right now.
Great. Now I'm suddenly very aware of my breathing, and it feels weird.
That's actually perfect, because the Stoics believe that bringing awareness to the automatic, like breathing, is where wisdom begins. We're exploring air as an element today, and what it teaches us about trust, letting go, and presence.
Air is a teacher? I mean, it's basically nothing, right?
See, that's exactly the point. Air is basically nothing, and yet you'd be dead in 3 minutes without it. It's invisible, weightless, and absolutely essential. Kind of makes you rethink what nothing means.
Okay, philosophy of air. I'm here for it. Where do we start?
With trust. Think about it. You trust that your next breath will be there. You don't panic about it. You don't schedule it. You don't even think about it. It just happens.
I mean, yeah, because it always has been there.
Right. And that's a profound kind of faith. You're trusting something you can't see, can't hold, can't even prove exists, except by its effects. That's basically the definition of faith.
Huh. I never thought of breathing as a spiritual act before.
Most people don't. But the Stoics were obsessed with this idea that we're suspended in an invisible ocean. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the pneuma, this vital breath that connects everything. You're literally sharing air with every person on the planet.
That's either beautiful or slightly gross, depending on how I think about it.
Let's go with beautiful. When you exhale, trees inhale that carbon dioxide. When they exhale oxygen, you inhale it. It's this perfect exchange. You're in conversation with every living thing.
So I'm basically pen pals with a pine tree right now.
Yes, except it's more intimate than pen pals. You're literally exchanging the substance of life. That pine tree's exhale is inside you right now. You're more connected than you think.
That's actually kind of moving. I might never look at trees the same way.
So let's talk about how we actually breathe, because most of us are doing it wrong.
Wait, there's a wrong way to breathe? I've been doing this my whole life.
You've been doing it well enough to stay alive, sure, but there's shallow breathing, the kind that happens when you're stressed or distracted. And then there's real breathing. Full breathing.
What's the difference?
Shallow breathing is basically just enough to keep the lights on. It's survival mode. But deep breathing, the kind that reaches all the way down into your belly, that's where you're actually telling your nervous system, we're safe here.
So breathing is like texting your brain?
Exactly. It's direct communication with your autonomic nervous system. Deep breath says, everything's fine. Shallow, rapid breath says, tiger nearby, possibly death imminent.
And my body believes whichever message I'm sending, even if there's no actual tiger.
Precisely. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real threat and a stressful email, but your breath can override that panic response. One good, deep breath, and you're basically telling evolution to calm down.
That's so much power for something I'm not even thinking about most of the time.
Which is why the Stoics practiced paying attention to it. Epictetus taught his students to notice their breathing when emotions arose. It's like an emergency brake for your nervous system.
Okay, so when I'm spiraling about something, anxious, angry, whatever, just breathe?
Not just breathe. Breathe intentionally. All the way in. Count to 4. Hold for a second. All the way out. Count to 6. You're literally reprogramming your stress response in real time.
This sounds suspiciously like it actually works.
It does. There's tons of research on this. But the Stoics knew it 2,000 years ago without fMRI machines. They just paid attention.
All right, so we've covered trust and the mechanics of breathing. What about the letting go part? That seems harder.
It is harder because our instinct is to grip, to control, to hold on to things. But air teaches us something essential. You can't hold the wind.
Well, yeah, because it's air. That's kind of the whole thing with air.
Exactly. And yet we spend our lives trying to hold on to things that are just as ephemeral. Moments, feelings, people, outcomes. We grip them like we can freeze them in place.
But you can't trap a breeze.
You can't trap a breeze, but you can open your hands and feel it move through. That's the art of letting go, not losing something, but allowing it to flow.
That sounds poetic, but what does that actually look like in practice?
Okay, practical example, someone cuts you off in traffic.
You said no traffic examples.
Fair point. Okay, new example. Someone says something that irritates you. Your immediate response is to hold on to that irritation, replay it, build a case, justify your anger.
Yep, that's embarrassingly accurate.
But what if you treated it like a breath? Let it come in, notice it, acknowledge it, and then let it go. Exhale it. Don't trap it in your body where it becomes tension and resentment.
So letting go is less about forgetting something happened and more about not storing it in your body?
Yes. You're not denying the experience. You're just not letting it take up residence. It passes through like wind. It touches you, maybe even moves you, but it doesn't stay.
That's actually really helpful. Because I always thought letting go meant pretending I wasn't upset.
No, that's suppression. That's holding your breath. Letting go is the exhale. You feel it, you acknowledge it, and then you release it. Marcus Aurelius was constantly reminding himself to let things flow through him.
The Emperor of Rome had to remind himself to chill out?
Constantly. The Meditations is basically 12 books of him telling himself, "Dude, let it go." Even he struggled with this, which should make us all feel better about our own struggles.
That does make me feel better, actually.
Here's where it gets interesting. Air also teaches us about presence, about being here, now.
Because you can only breathe in the present moment?
Exactly. You can't breathe yesterday's air. You can't breathe tomorrow's air. You can only breathe now. Every breath is an anchor to this moment.
So when my mind is racing about the future or replaying the past, my breath is just sitting here in the present like, hey, remember me?
Yes, your breath is always happening now. So if you're spiraling, just come back to the breath. It's a foolproof way to return to the present moment.
It's like a reset button.
A reset button that you carry with you everywhere. No app required, no subscription fee. Just breathe. And suddenly, you're here again.
This is kind of blowing my mind. Something I've been doing my entire life has this whole wisdom thing embedded in it.
That's the beauty of Stoicism. It finds the profound in the ordinary. The Stoics weren't interested in mystical experiences on mountaintops. They wanted wisdom you could use while doing laundry.
Or breathing.
Especially breathing, because breathing is the most ordinary, extraordinary thing we do. It's so mundane we forget it's a miracle.
Okay, so let me see if I'm tracking. Air teaches us to trust what we can't see, to breathe deeply when we're stressed, to let things flow through us instead of gripping them, and to use breath as an anchor to the present.
Perfect summary. And here's the thing. Air also teaches us about humility.
How so?
Air doesn't demand credit for keeping you alive. It doesn't cling to you. It doesn't boast. It just moves through, offering itself freely to anyone who'll receive it. There's something really beautiful about that.
So we should be more like air?
In some ways, yes. Present. Generous. Unbound. Not demanding recognition for every contribution. Just moving through life, offering what we can to whoever needs it.
That's a high bar. Air has been practicing for billions of years.
True. But we can start small. Maybe just notice your breath today. Notice how it's there for you. Notice how it connects you to everything around you.
And when I get stressed or angry or overwhelmed?
Breathe intentionally, deeply. Let it be a prayer of sorts, not made of words, but of rhythm. Breath as devotion, breath as connection, breath as life, whispering, "Stay with me."
That's really lovely.
It is, and it's available to you right now, not tomorrow when you're more prepared, not when you've read more books or taken more courses, right now. This breath.
Okay, I want to try something. Can we just breathe together for a second?
Not
Is
weird
that
at all. Let's do it. Everyone listening, join us. Breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Now out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, I actually feel calmer.
One breath. That's all it took. Imagine what happens when you do that throughout your day. Little pockets of presence, little moments of return.
It's not complicated.
The best wisdom never is. The Stoics understood that profound truth doesn't have to be complex. Sometimes it's as simple as remembering to breathe.
So for everyone listening, when life gets overwhelming, when you're lost in thought, when you're gripping too tightly, just breathe.
Just breathe. Every inhale is an invitation to begin again. Every exhale is permission to let go. That's freedom right
I
there.
feel like I need to go sit outside and just appreciate air for a while.
That's exactly the right response. Go be with your breath. Notice it. Thank it. Let it remind you that you're held even by what you cannot see.
Thanks for exploring the element of air with us today. If this resonated, subscribe and share it with someone who might need the reminder to breathe.
Until next time, breathe deeply, trust the unseen, and remember that every exhale is practice for letting go. You're more connected than you know.
The Stoic Compass radio show is made possible by voxcrea.ai, where ideas come to life.